What does the arrival of Aaron Ramsey do for the club and the club's chances of retaining the title, do you think?
I think he adds great great depth into the squad of his quality and his ability. You've seen over the years how much of a good player he is, and to sign someone of that magnitude is really sending a statement out from the club. A player from Juventus, and he's here to help us continue building and strengthening the team to what we want at the end of the season.
In terms of tomorrow night's fixture, James, it's over 2 years and you haven't lost to Celtic. How much of a psychological advantage is that going into tomorrow night's game, do you think?
Every game's new. It's something that we don't really think about too much. When each game comes along, it always has its differences, and we obviously want to come into this game and get the result that we want. It's our next game. We work game by game, and this is one game that we want to get the maximum points and move on to then the weekend.
Hi James.
Hi.
Rangers have signed Zukowski, 3.5-year contract, Polish under 21 internationalist. In your position, as you've kind of got older and taken on more responsibilities, how do you find that you're able to coach these young guys on the pitch, or do you leave that to the coaching team, or do you see that very much as part of your responsibilities?
It's part of my responsibilities as a captain, and obviously as a player. You're always trying to help anybody in the squad, whoever comes in, and if you can give them advice of the experience that you got, you're always going to try and do that. He's coming in the same position as me, so I'll obviously take him under my wing, and if he needs anything from me or give him advice, I'll do that. But he's there to be pushing me as well, to get the very best out of me, and I'll be trying to get the very best out of him.
In terms of the chop and the change in the squad over the last few months, with Hellander's injury and Balogun been missing, for yourself as a unit, how are you feeling defensively at the back? Obviously, there was 3 goals conceded last weekend, but going into the Celtic game, are you all confident that you're going to be back to your usual standards?
Yeah, it's football, and you do get these results that you obviously don't want to get, and the circumstances of the goals, it wasn't like us, but you get these every so often in football. We know this doesn't happen every week, so we're not concerned, and we've been fully focused since that game to get to our best and shut the opponents out, and obviously we want to do that tomorrow. And anyone who's stepped in, instead of Phil or Leon, Calvin's done a fantastic job in there. Everyone's capable of doing a good job for the team.
Hi James. The Old Firm games are famously frenetic and wild atmospheres. How important is it for a side to actually keep their cool and keep calm and focused on the task ahead and not get caught up in everything that goes on around it?
Well, it comes from obviously experience as footballers. We know what we have to do when we get there. We've got a game plan, and so we want to carry that out. And if we stick to that, then everything will take care of itself. But these are the games that you want to be playing in, and I know the boys are really excited to play this game. This is the first game I've played on a night time, so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, you just got to trust what we're doing, what our plan is, and and delivering it the best we can.
Amad Diallo played a little bit in front of you, and you first look at him at the weekend. What does he bring to the side?
Yeah, really impressed with Amad at the weekend. Coming straight in and starting, and it can be a tough place. Ross County, obviously, it's sure to be, but I was really impressed with his performance. He's a left-footed attacking winger who can get at defenders and can put the real fear into him. So I'm delighted to have him in front of us, and hopefully we can create a really good relationship where we can move forward and really strengthen that right hand side.
Good afternoon, James. You were unfortunate to miss the first game of the season against Celtic. In terms of this game, what sort of Celtic side are you expecting to face? And are you expecting a much different outfit than the one you faced last season?
Well, obviously they've made new additions, we've made new additions, so the sides are always going to be a little bit different. But we've looked at how they've played and how we want to play. So it's one of those. It's always going to be different. We don't know what their starting 11 will be, and that they won't know what our starting 11 will be. So you just got to wait till that first whistle kicks off, and you've got to be the one that wants it the most and get the result.
And what have you made of the change of the club? When you joined, James, a number of years ago, the club's now in a very different place where they're bringing guys in from Juventus. What have you made of the change since you've been at Ibrox?
Yeah, we've gone on leaps and bounds with, throughout the whole club. Starting with the academy, the first team, to the stadium, to everything around it, everyone involved. We've really pushed ourselves and we've moved into the direction where we want to be going, and you can clearly see that with Aaron joining us yesterday. With the magnitude of a signing like that, that's the steps what we want to be taking to attract these kind of players, and we want to obviously deliver. So we're going in the right direction, and we're continuing to make ourselves stronger and better.